Hello and welcome back to another episode of I Am a Nice Guy You Witch. I am once again joined with naiadesaqua.
Hello, I'm naiadesaqua.
Today we are going to go over a couple posts combined with a couple of her puppy posts, and we are also going to go over a post that personally she has to deal with constantly. Alright, so the first one we are going to be going over is this one from Reddit.
Had passionate hugging for the first time ever with my boyfriend, but he texted me the day after with a list of mistakes I made. I, 20 female, lost my first time to my boyfriend, 35 male, a couple of days ago. I knew that going in I was going to be nervous and clumsy. The passionate hugging was pretty awkward, and sometimes it hurt, so I had to ask him to stop a bit. He did finish, but I couldn't finish, probably due to nerves. Anyways, the next day I woke up to a text from him, basically listing the things I did wrong during passionate hugging. This is the text.
Be sexier. Don't be so quiet. Moan and scream. Your head game needs a lot of work. Look it up. Don't act awkward. You're not a virgin anymore, so don't act like it. You need to get better at shaving. Winky face. Don't tell a guy to stop when he is getting into it. It ruins the mood. Let me try what I want. Not letting me ruins the mood. Don't be shy. It's not sexy.
Well, what do you think about this whole situation?
Dump the man. Honestly, he's so demanding of so many things. It was your first time. This isn't just gonna be you send this list and it's fixed. It's something you and your partner work together to get over the awkward, to get good. It's just weird. First times are always gonna be kind of awkward. You don't know how it's gonna go. You're learning each other's bodies. So the fact he made this whole list is just ridiculous. Don't act awkward. You guys had this was their first time. It's going to be awkward, and maybe for a couple times it might be awkward. What do you mean? You can't just turn that off. Or you need to get better at shaving. Hair is hair. Why does that matter? Why does that matter?
There's a lot of people that have an issue with body hair, and that is actually one of the posts that we will be talking about, and I was referring to earlier. But yeah, basically exactly what you said. Number one, this was her first time, and for him, with obviously a lot of experience, he's 35. For him to be like, okay, here's what's wrong with you. You need to fix this. Or what? You're gonna break up with her? Like, come on.
Girl, run.
But
If
yeah,
you
like,
break up with her, then not worth it. It's just I'm re-looking at it, and your head game needs a lot of work. Well, if she just lost her virginity, obviously she probably hasn't been given a lot of head, so it's probably, something new that obviously she has to work and practice on, and you as her partner should be supporting her and helping her through it, not shaming her the way he is.
I agree.
Gee.
Don't act awkward. I mean, I know it was your first time, but like,
You're not a
stop.
virgin anymore. It
You're
literally
not a.
said, you're not a virgin anymore, so stop. Don't be shy. It's not sexy. What?
Okay. After the first thrust, you were no longer a virgin. So after that first thrust, you should have not been any more awkward. There should not be any more awkwardness after the
Thrusted
first
it out of
thrust.
you.
Huh?
Thrusted it right out of you.
Yeah. Don't tell a guy to stop when he's getting into it. Okay, number one, if
Ugh.
if 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 she told you to stop, stop means stop. That regardless of where you're at, like, man, Anyways, there's just so many red flags with this, especially, I mean, they got to a point where they were comfortable and
She was comfortable to have her first time experience with you, and then you just ruined it.
yeah, I agree with you, Nias. I think she should run and not look back 100%.
Yeah,
Is there anything else you want to say on this topic, or should we move on?
we can move on.
All right, we are going to take a puppy break, and we will come right back.
Piper. Oh my god, that pesky tail.
And we are back, and we are going to go right into this post I found on Facebook. And this is a comment, actually.
Guy thinking he's a God's gift to the world.
Yeah. Delusional. This is a whole nother level of delusional.
I always let any girl I'm with know there's an upgrade to her out there and that I can upgrade right away. They can tell. Plus, having a few girls lined up helps a lot if anyone wants to act up and get upgraded. Dating really isn't that hard. Just always have options and backup plans even when in a relationship. Keep her on her toes and make sure she knows. Plus, I'm just so unique that it's hard to find someone similar to me. So many came back for that reason, but some couldn't get past having to apologize on their hands and knees for being so stupid and disobedient, and then they stay on their knees for something else. Winky face. But then I'll usually dump most anyways because most of the time they are irredeemable or too much work. Smiley face.
I don't believe it. Like, I just don't believe, because he's like he has like so many options and backup plans, and like they always are coming back. I just don't believe that. I think he's not being truthful about that. Like, what girl would be apologizing on her hands and knees for being stupid and disobedient? Like, I just can't see that many girls would be like, oh yeah, I want to keep doing this with this person. Like,
It sounds like to me like he is trying to be a dom and he's a fake dom. That's just what the third kind of paragraph is kind of like throwing out to me.
yeah.
Like exactly what you say about the hands and knees and begging and stuff like that. As stupid and disobedient, that's like a dom kind of terminology kind of ish.
I
But
feel
like
more alpha male, you know.
alpha male, okay, either way, a dom, alpha
Yeah,
male.
no, it's like the fake alpha male, like their top,
Right.
you know, like that. Like,
Oh yeah, of course. But
I think
either way, they're fake. Regardless of being a dom or being an alpha, whichever way you feel this is, it's fake.
yeah,
Also, this guy is obviously God's gift to women, so
yeah, literally.
yeah, it's just a
And there's,
plethora.
I can see in the comment, there's like 81 laugh reacts and like no other reacts because everyone doesn't believe this. Everyone's just like, okay, dude.
This must be satire, obviously,
I
but
don't
like
know. There are men that really do think and talk like this, that it's like, I want it to be, but like, what if it's not?
we would hope that it's not real.
Yeah. I'm just so unique that it's hard to find someone similar to me. It's just like, bro, what? Shut up. There's
What
probably
do
like
you
8
do?
different
What do
guys
you,
just like you.
What do you do in the history of humankind that you consider yourself unique, or even you uniquely qualified for in the last even 10 years? Let's just go with 10 years, or even 5 years. What do you do that no one else does?
Ain't nothing. He's just the same as someone else.
All right. Is there anything else on this one that you would like to talk about, or do you want to get to that puppy break?
Puppy break.
All right. We're gonna show a clip of your puppy.
Hey, baby.
Look at you! You're naked! What happened? Did you go to the groomer, Piper?
And we are back. And we are actually going to go over something that I've been seeing all over the place this last week.
Yeah.
Since like literally this week alone. Is
Yeah.
basically
It was a
Wait,
TikTok thing, so it blew up there, and then it came over to, like, every other platform,
right. I actually saw it starting last week. Now that I think about it,
which is
and
the bear versus man.
yeah,
Do you know the exact thing about it?
the exact thing is, would a woman prefer to be alone in the forest with a bear, or would they prefer to be in the forest with a random male?
And I personally, just so we know, chose the bear because I know a lot about bears. I know a lot of facts about bears, and I know for a fact, depending on the bear, brown, black, they ain't gonna mess with you. They're gonna leave you alone. And either way, grizzly or not, I would still choose the grizzly. Because one, you're just alone in the woods. It doesn't mean they're gonna attack you. Same with the man. But the grizzly, the bear, whatever, is more predictable. I know it's just gonna eat me alive. That's how they do it. They eat you. They don't just they eat you alive. The man is so unpredictable, and that's what's really terrifying. And so many men are so upset that so many women are saying this, but they're not realizing, maybe the problem is my fellow man. They're just getting mad at women, which is the issue.
A bear won't torture you and grape you while you're alive, and then
The rest
potentially
off me.
end you. Whereas a random male, that's the insinuation.
Yep. And I've seen so many wives asking their husbands about how what they would do like in this situation for their daughter, and they're always like, oh, bear. And then they'll be like, oh, right, now would you rather a bear or a woman? And then the father will be like, oh, a woman. And then they pause and they think about what they just said, and they're like, oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. It's not.
Yeah, I think the basis point of the situation is how upset men are getting at women because they would rather pick a bear, and they're just not seeing the point
It just
to the statements.
right over their head of the actual issue. They just want to be mad at women.
All right. Is there anything else on this that you would like to go to?
I'm just gonna mention a meme because it made me giggle because I've seen quite a few memes about it, and it was, women should get more scary like men, so then men choose the bear. Women could, but we just don't want to, and we don't have the urges to.
Let's go on to another puppy break, and we will get on to the last post. All right, and welcome back. All right, so this post is basically going over
What I deal with this all the time.
this post is on women and their body hair. You
Yeah.
yourself have a lot of people that tell you to do stuff with your body hair all the time.
Yeah, it happens. As I said previous, I deal with this all the time. On my YouTube, it's a frequent occurrence, and it's so stupid because it's just hair, and I say that all the time. It's just hair. There's nothing gross about it. There's nothing like dirty or uncleanly or anything like that about hair. And I just don't understand why people think that so much. Like it's just hair. It grows there for a reason. It's supposed to be there. We just started shaving because I think it was just because we didn't really have deodorant and stuff like that. So then to help with the smells, but like other than that, and it's so ridiculous that like they're acting like their eyes are bleeding and it's like the end of the world and stuff. Like seriously, it's hair. Hair.
In my opinion, I don't think a man should be telling a woman to do anything with their body, much less how they should be having their body hair.
I agree. Completely. Now, I'm not shaming, everyone has a preference. I personally prefer to shave, but I have more people that don't want me to shave compared to the people that do, so I kind of sometimes do grow it out because people are like, "Yeah, I love seeing that. I love the naturalness." So I do that. And like if you prefer shave, there's nothing wrong. It's once you start shaming women and acting like they're gross and uncleanly and all that, that's the issue. So it's not that you have a preference that it's an issue. It's once you start being rude and disrespectful to women because of your preference.
Or one of the things that really bothers me is when men hyper focus on it. Like they make it out to be like a fetish when it's just somebody just living their life.
Literally. It's weird.
Like one of your fans was hyper fixating on your stomach hair for
Yeah.
some reason. He just would not let it go. I remember you telling me about that before.
Yeah, I did tell you about that because I was like, he just can't stop. Like he's obsessed with my is it Happy Trail, I think it's called. You don't really see it because I'm in sweats, but yeah, it's and then other men will hate it and be like, "Why don't you shave? What's wrong with you?" Um, I'm gonna say something. I don't know if you want to cut it out. You don't, it's up to you. Okay.
Okay.
So I personally am a bit more hairy than other females because I have PCOS, which is a hormone imbalance. So I do get a bit more hairy. I get hair on my face. I pluck it. I grow hair really fast everywhere on my body. Like I have to get a haircut pretty frequently just to keep it at this length because my hair grows so much that like sometimes it's true. I don't shave because I just have to keep up with it and I don't always want to. So like you don't know why a woman doesn't shave and it's honestly it's like not what is it's not your information to know. It's up to them and you should just be like, "Oh, hair. Not a big fan of that, but it doesn't affect me. It doesn't hurt me."
There's nothing wrong with somebody talking. Like, if you were interested in somebody and you guys started dating, you can always share your preferences with one another, but you don't have the right to tell them this is how it's going to be either. So,
You can be like, "Hey, you have armpit hair, and I'm not a big. That's not like my thing. I don't really like it. Could you maybe shave it sometimes? Like, don't try to like say they always have to do it, but maybe be like, hey, could you maybe do this occasionally? You know, like that's a way to ask them.
yeah. Overall, for this whole episode, do you have any thought processes?
I just wish when women would speak how they feel in their fears or how they want their body or something, instead of men feeling attacked or being upset, they would maybe take a moment, listen to what she's saying, and if they don't really understand, talk to her so they can understand instead of just immediately thinking, oh, I'm being attacked. Because women don't want to just always be attacking men. Women don't want to have to choose a bear over another human. But that's kind of how it is. But if men would listen and be like, oh, hey, this, that, and like all of that, I think it would help a lot. And even if they communicated a bit better rather than harshly or out of anger and could have like more calm conversations, I think a lot of this would be fixed and we wouldn't have as many issues as we do in our society.
That was really well said.
Thank you. I think
And
it's
I think on that note, we are going to close out with the last puppy pick.
be so
Thank
cute.
you, Nias. I will put your information into the description, and I hope you have a great night.
Have a good night, everyone. Bye.